Good morning, students. Children, you studied about the chromosomes, DNA, RNA in heredity and variation. Now, our next point is about the Mendel's principles of heredity. How Mendel has explained us that a transfer of characteristics, genetic characteristics, are seen from parents to the offspring. Okay, as both the parents are making equal contribution, how it is passed from parents to the offspring. Okay, before that, a quote: "Never say no, never say I can't. You are finite. You are infinite. Sorry, all the power is within you. You can do anything." Children, we should have the positive attitude while doing any type of work. Okay? So, whatever the work you are getting, never say no. Try to do that work though it is hard. Never say I can't. So, remove the word no, cannot from your dictionary. Okay? Always try to ready the given work. You are infinite. You have the capability to do the work, whatever the task you are getting. If you have the positive attitude, definitely you can do it. All the power is within you. Okay? You have the power, you have the capacity to do the given work because you are infinite. And that's why you can do anything. So remove the word no from your dictionary. Are you clear, children? You are so sufficient to do your work that if you are putting little bit more hard work, you can do any given work because you are infinite. You have that capacity. You have the caliber for doing the work. Okay, children? Now we will move for the Mendel's principle. Children, I discussed with you that Mendel discussed the transfer of genetic material from parents to progeny in equal quantity. So it is based on the different facts, that is the phenotypic characters. So herein you are observing, though both the parents are transferring the characters to the offspring, at that time one is dominant and another is recessive. Okay, dominant. Here it example is given. I told you about that pea plant. They had given, Mendel has taken the example of pea plant by knowing its various characteristics, and accordingly he made the dominant and the recessive. Accordingly he gave the name to the gametes: round R, wrinkle as it is recessive, small r. Then color of the seed yellow, it is dominant, so capital Y, and green is the recessive, so he had given the small y. Accordingly, he has divided it into dominant and the recessive type. See here in the table is given dominant rolling tongue, recessive non-rolling tongue, presence of hairs on arms dominant, absence of hairs on arms recessive, black and curly hair dominant, brown and straight hair it is a recessive. So whenever the next generation will be there, it will have the characters of both the parents. Okay, so for that he made the different cross. Okay, so first was the monohybrid cross and another is the dihybrid cross. Okay, so in monohybrid cross, this Mendel had taken only the one example, one characteristic is studied herein. For all the things, scientist Mendel had taken the pea plant. He studied the pea plant only, but in the first case, he had taken only one characteristic. That's why it is said to be the monohybrid cross. Okay, you can take the height of the plant, you can take the color of the seed, you can take the shape of the seed, anything you can take, but herein the Mendel has taken the height of the plant. Okay, herein in monohybrid he had taken one character, that is a, that's why it is said to be the monohybrid cross. Okay, he considered the plant's height. So in the first case, parental generation P1. Phenotype means the characteristics that we are observing. That is the tall and the dwarf. Okay, height is more, height is less. So that's why tall is the dominant and dwarf is the recessive character. So genotype, what are the genes therein? If you are saying it is tall, capital T, capital T. Dwarf, it is a small t, small t. This is the genotype. And the gametes obtained from that, for the dominant tall, it is capital T, and from the dwarf, recessive, small t. Okay. When the first generation, first filial generation, first for the formation of first generation, when both the parents are crossed, it is capital T and a small t. How it will be formed? The next generation formed will be capital T and a small t. But as capital T, a tall is a dominant over the dwarf, which is recessive, so the new generation formed F1 will be the tall. Phenotype it is tall, but genotype it is capital T, small t. Though it is tall, herein it has both the characters capital T and the small t. But here the dwarfness is hidden. It is a recessive character, it is hidden. So after that, what he had done after the F1, he had considered this tall plant which is having the genotype capital T small t as a parent. Okay, parent generation of the P2. Therein he had done the self. So both the parents were tall, but they have the genotype capital T small t. So when they are crossed at that time, what happens? They have the characters capital T, small t, capital T, small t. So male gamete, he kept it at the top in one block capital T, another block small t. And the female he had taken in the columns. Okay. He took it in the columns. Children, I am finding it is not clear here, but you can open your textbook, page number 65, 185. Therein you will find the clear picture. Okay. So capital T is given, last line is not clear, it is small t. So the genotype formed herein, in the first case, capital T when crossed with the capital T, it will be tall. When capital T cross with the small t, it will also tall. And below that, which is not given here, see from the textbook, when capital T cross with the small t, it is capital T small t, but it is also tall. And last is small t when crossed with the small t, it is tt small t, but and it is a dwarf. So herein you are observing in the monohybrid cross, when F2 generation occurs, at that time it has three tall, means phenotypically it has three tall and one dwarf. But when we talk about the genotype, it has one tall, one, and then two tall are there, but it has capital T and small t, and another is the fourth one is a dwarf. So herein genotypic ratio will be 1:2:1, and phenotypic ratio is 3:1, because 3 are tall. Okay, so phenotypic ratio means that we can observe the plant, that is the 3:1. But genotypic ratio, that is the genetic characters when we study in monohybrid cross, it is 1:2:1. Children, are you clear about this? Okay, phenotype, first generation tall and dwarf when they are crossed, at that time first generation formed will have both the characters from both the parents, that is capital T and small t. When this F1 generation comes to the parents, when they are crossed, capital T small t, and female parent also capital T small t. When they are crossed, at that time we are getting genotypic ratio as 1:2:1 and phenotypic ratio as 3:1. 3 tall, 1 dwarf we observe, but genotypically only one has capital T, other two tall have capital T and a small t. Okay, so this is all about the Mendel's monohybrid ratio. Okay, after that we will study about the dihybrid ratio. Okay children.